Hello, all my relatives, and welcome to Seven Teachings Yoga. This is a space to practice yoga from an Indigenous worldview inspired by the Anishinaabe Seven Sacred Grandfather Teachings. Let's practice together. Anin and welcome. We're going to start in Sukhasana, easy pose. So coming to find a seated position, crisscross the legs, elongate the spine. I like to take a block or a pillow and sit on it just to elevate the hips a bit. Option 2, close down the eyes if that feels comfortable, or gently half lid them. 3-part breath. Inhale into the belly. Expand the ribs in all directions. Lift the chest. As you exhale, release from the chest, let it fall, the ribs come in. Lastly, the belly. One more mindful 3-part breath on your own. Thinking belly big as you inhale. As you exhale, thinking belly hard. Letting your breath find natural rhythm. Feel the sit bones resting against the ground to block our Mother Earth. Feeling the stillness regenerating here, perhaps within a busy day. Remembering that sometimes we need to slow down to speed up, and surrendering to stillness to balance our days. Quick moment to set a sankalpa, an intention, perhaps for this practice or perhaps for your day. What do you intend on accomplishing? How do you intend on feeling? One more mindful breath. Then gently blinking open the eyes, starting with some gentle neck rolls. Let the right ear fall to the right shoulder. Head falls in front of the body, trying to match our movement with our breath. This might mean we move a little bit slower, but in yoga, we want to focus on the breath first and not give up the breath for the asana or the shape that our bodies are making. Breath always comes first. Also, option 2, as I'm doing, close down the eyes to practice pratyahara, or practice controlling the senses. From here, nice big shoulder circles first in one direction, trying to see how big we can make those circles. And then switching directions. Great job. Right hand meets the mat. Inhale, left towards the sky. Exhale, reach left hand over to the right side of the room. Great job. Don't let that top shoulder cave in. Keep your body almost as if it was in between 2 panes of glass. On your next inhale, switch sides. Right hand reaches towards the sky. Exhale to reach. Right hand towards the left side of the room. Again, don't let that top shoulder cave in. Keep it all in one line. Beautiful. Option to stay here. Option 2, flow back and forth. Inhale, reach hand above head. Exhale, bend to one side. Inhale to switch. And exhale to reach. One more time in each direction. If you've chosen the static option, staying stretched on one side, even out the other. Great job. From here, seated twist, left hand supports behind us, right hand on left knee. Inhale to grow tall, exhale to twist. As we twist, we can take that right hand, really push against that left knee. Also, looking over our left shoulder can help with that twist. Inhale, grow a little bit taller. Exhale, find perhaps 2 more millimeters in that twist. Inhale, come back through center. Great job. Switch sides. Right hand to support behind you. Left hand on right knee. Inhale, grow tall. And exhale, twist. Gazing over that right shoulder. On our inhales, we want to think about creating space. On our exhales, sinking a little bit deeper into that space we've created. Great job, release. Come through center. We're going to roll forward. Find a tabletop position. Hands underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips. Take some cat-cows. Inhale, drop the belly, gaze up. Exhale, round the tailbone, spine, gaze towards belly button. Inhale, find your cow. Exhale, find that cat. You might also notice typically in yoga when we open up our bodies as we're doing here in this cow, we're inhaling. When we close off our bodies as if in a cat, we're typically exhaling. One last time, inhale, open up the body. Exhale, close down the body. Great job. From here, tuck the toes. Push the palms into the mat, feet into the mat, hips. You reach to the sky, downward facing dog. Option to bend the knees as much as you'd like. Eventually working to send the heels towards the ground. In our down dog, fingers spread wide. Push the mat away. Make that upper back as wide as possible. Great job. Last cue. Reach the sit bones towards the ceiling. Notice how that increases the stretch in the hamstrings. Couple mindful breaths here. Let the head hang nice and heavy. On your next inhale, walk, step, or jump to the top of the mat, staying in this forward fold just for a moment. It might feel nice to sway side to side. Again, healthy bend in the knees. Let the stomach rest on the thighs. On your next inhale, circle sweep, hands above head, hinge at the hips, come to stand. Exhale, hands down through heart center. Inhale, circle sweep, hands above head. And exhale, forward fold variation. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen through the crown. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, circle sweep, hands above head, come to stand. And exhale, hands down through heart center. Great job. Finding Tadasana, or mountain pose. Bringing the eyes to close. Bringing attention and mindfulness to our intention, our sankalpa we set. And getting ready to find a high lunge warrior. Weight in the left foot. Inhale, right knee to the sky, any mountain. Exhale, step that right foot back 3 to 4 feet. Back heel remains lifted. In this high lunge warrior, we might play around with our stance. Eventually working to straighten the back leg, bend through the front. Hands can be on hips, on a chair. We're finding warrior one arms. When we lift our arms and reach towards the sky, you might notice the stretch increase in that right hip flexor and right quad. One more mindful breath together. Exhale, release this shape. Step to the top of the mat. Ground through the right foot. Inhale, left knee to the sky, any amount. Exhale, we're going to step that left foot back 3 to 4 feet. Back heels lifted, hips pointing forward, high lunge warrior. As we bend into that front knee, we're working to straighten out that back. Again, hands on hips, on chairs, reaching above to the sky. Yogi's choice. Couple of mindful breaths here together. Feeling the heat build in these shapes. These shapes will always look different. depending on our bodies. But that's the beautiful thing about yoga and the beautiful thing about us. Corny, but it's true. Great job. On your next exhale, we're going to release, step up to the front of the mat. Finding a malasana or a yogi squat, we might take a couple of blocks or perhaps even a cushion, a small chair, and use that as a prop. From here, ground down through the feet. We're going to make sure our knees follow our toes as we squat down and find a seat. Wherever we're at in this low yogi squat, we're going to take our hands, our arms to the inside of the knees. It's going to work to open up the hips. Again, we might need to play with the stance, with our feet placement to find a comfortable position. Over time, we might find that using no blocks is preferred. And again, playing with that positioning is going to help to find more comfort in this shape. If using the blocks, we're going to remove the blocks. And in your own way, in your own time, come down to a seated position. I'm just going to plop down here to find a forward fold. Again, with the block, we might take the hips and elevate them in our forward fold. Sometimes it's hard to sit upright unless we have those hips elevated. Lengthen through the crown. Wherever we're at, option to hinge at the hips, reaching forward. Now, in our forward folds, we're not trying to think about putting our face towards the ground, but more so the crown of our heads towards the front of the room. Once you have that hinge, you might consider folding forward all the way. For more of a challenge, you might grab onto the feet, using a block to increase that length of the stretch. And we're going to stay here for a few mindful breaths. With each breath, you might notice the space we're creating. Your body might naturally fold a little bit more. On your next inhale, find a seated position. Great job. Our last shape, our Shavasana, coming to find a comfortable position, perhaps seated. I recommend lying down on your mat. Letting the toes splay out, palms face up. Wherever you're at, trying to ease back into stillness. Inhale, expand the belly all the way. One more sip of air at the top. Exhale, audible sigh out the mouth. Let the body relax. Let the eyes close. Let Mother Earth hold you and support you as we melt into the mat. Staying here for as long as you like or carrying on with your day if that's what's needed to. Miigwech.